America's sweethearts, more like America's reprobates. This has to be the most absurd puff piece I have ever come across, claiming that a shocked mother bumped into Meghan and Harry while they were out to lunch, and Meghan talked about her invisible daughter, Princess Lilibet. Hello, friends. Welcome to the King YouTube channel. According to the Daily Mail, a mother has expressed her excitement at unexpectedly running into Prince Harry and Meghan Markle while enjoying lunch with her family, saying she was so shocked to see the royal couple. Oh my goodness, you guys. I mean, they are getting more and more desperate, aren't they? Why are they even putting out this absurd stuff? I wish this entire article were a piece of satire, but unfortunately, I think it's not. Instead, I'm pretty sure it came directly from Meghan's talent agency, WME. So let's take a look at what this chance encounter was all about. The headline reads, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are spotted by shocked mother who bumped into them while out for lunch, and says Duchess was so kind and talked about Princess Lilibet. Well, that headline right there tells us this is a bunch of made-up garbage. I mean, Meghan's so kind. Nobody has ever described Meghan as being so kind. And she talked about Princess Lilibet. I mean, what a pathetic attempt to convince us that Invisibet is real. We're not convinced. Apparently, this was a video that was shared on TikTok. I don't know about you all, but personally, I hate TikTok. I refuse to download the app. Every time I hear about somebody doing something really stupid, it's, oh, and they saw it on a TikTok video. Honestly, I'm convinced that TikTok's mission is to turn us all into complete idiots. So it didn't shock me that a video talking about how kind Meghan Markle is showed up on TikTok. Of course it would. According to the Daily Mail, in the TikTok video thought to have been taken on Wednesday, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex can be seen waving and walking towards the woman and her family before stopping to speak with them, end quote. So Meghan and Harry were waving and walking towards this woman and they didn't even know her? Now, first of all, why would anybody do that? I mean, Meghan and Harry supposedly are these celebrities, or well, they want to be. So why would they be approaching some stranger, waving and walking towards her? That makes no sense to me. I thought the two of them were so obsessed with privacy. Maybe I could have believed it if it was the other way around. The woman was waving and walking towards them. It's crazy to me that they didn't put forth any effort into trying to make this story sound believable. From the very beginning, it sounds completely made up by Meghan Markle herself. And the next paragraph is even more bizarre. It says, Meghan, 33, looked effortlessly chic in a $1,490 poppy embroidered cardigan by Carolina Herrera and a $398 Lafayette 148 New York skirt, which she first wore in 2021, end quote. Meghan, 33? What are they talking about? According to some sources, Meghan is really pushing 50, but even according to Meghan herself, she's what, 42 now? Why are they writing that she's 33 years old? Who are they even talking about? I mean, I guess it could be a typo, but seriously, is nobody proofreading this stuff? In the TikTok post, according to the Daily Mail, the woman explained how the royal couple was so kind and loving to us and all our babies. It's unclear where exactly the clip was taken, end quote. Well, maybe it was taken in Meghan's fantasy world, because this is the most delusional article I have ever come across. I mean, who is this woman, and what is she even talking about that Meghan and Harry were so kind and loving to us and all our babies? Are we sure the royal couple she's referring to really are Meghan and Harry the gruesome twosome? And it gets even more absurd the further down you read. So then the article states Meghan was first to approach the woman and is said to have spoken about her 2-year-old daughter, Princess Lilibet, before Harry joined the conversation. The woman wrote in the video caption, "They are mirrors of each other in their love and kindness. America's sweethearts for real." I don't even know what to say in response to that. I'm pretty much speechless, to tell you the truth. They are mirrors of each other in their love and kindness. All right, first let's dissect that just a little bit. Now, Meghan and Harry, when they've been out and about recently, Harry looks like he hates her, like he's trying to get away. And Meghan looks like she is punishing her naughty child. So how on earth are they mirrors of each other in their love and kindness? And then I think my favorite, America's sweethearts for real. Who on earth is referring to the two of them as America's sweethearts? America's court jesters? Maybe. America's fools? Yeah, probably. That would be a good description too. America's failures? I could see that. I mean, there are many words we could use to describe the two of them. America's grifters? I like that one too. But America's sweethearts? I don't think so. And according to this article, this woman is not the only big fan of Meghan and Harry. Quote, meanwhile, the woman's father, who was struggling to contain his emotions as the royal couple engaged in conversation with her and her young twin daughters, exclaimed, I'm losing my mind. Look, I know WME is supposed to be the best talent agency out there, but if this is what they came up with, I'd be firing them and hiring a new one if I were Meghan. It's just so over the top. I mean, I understand they have got to try to do something to rehabilitate her image, but why couldn't they at least have written a story that was somewhat believable? I mean, this thing is just ridiculous. No one is going to believe this. To tell you the truth, it is a source of endless fascination for me, how the more Meghan and Harry's popularity plummets, the harder they try to win us over by putting out ridiculous stories like these. I would just love to know what goes through their heads. What are these conversations like with their PR people? Is Meghan writing this story herself because that's what it seems like? Or is WME coming up with this nonsense and then Meghan puts her stamp of approval on it? I would just love to know more about what the process is like behind these ridiculous puff pieces. And I guess media outlets like the Daily Mail are just trying to get clicks, so they'll accept whatever comes their way. But seriously, somebody at Daily Mail had to have read this and thought, what? What is this piece of nonsense? But they published it anyway, so obviously, if anybody thought it was nonsense, they didn't think it was bad enough to stop it from being published. The scary thing, too, is that this is exactly the kind of article that would be out there about Meghan and Harry, and only this kind of article if they had their way. The two of them have been doing everything they can to try to suppress freedom of speech. They would love to censor the media so that only absurdly positive articles about them are allowed to be published. Well, in my opinion, that is absolutely wrong, and that would be the end of democracy. Another thing is that in these PR pieces, they describe Meghan and Harry using words that no human being on earth would ever use to describe them, like so kind and, oh, they were just so approachable, they were so friendly towards us. No, absolutely not. Meghan and Harry have already shown us who they really are, and no, they're not kind people who are mirrors of each other in their love and kindness. Again, what nonsense. Nobody would use those words to describe them. And look, Harry may be as bad as Meghan in many ways, but this has Meghan's claw prints all over it. This is the kind of story that Meghan is always making up and expecting people to believe for what reason I don't know. Let's remember the time that the palace thanked her for her service. Let's remember how the people of South Africa were so excited when she married Harry that they took to the streets to celebrate the same way they did when Nelson Mandela was released from prison. We've already noticed that Meghan has a habit of lying, but the thing that shocks me every single time is how bad at it she is. She has a lot of experience, but she's not improved. I mean, if she were at least a good liar, if she could tell believable lies, I'd have to hand it to her. She's an effective scam artist. But her lies are just so over the top, so absurd, so ludicrous, it makes me wonder what is even the point. Does she really think that people are going to believe this stuff? And you, what do you think of this chance encounter that Meghan and Harry had with a fan? Please let me know your opinion below in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, please do like and share it with anybody else who would appreciate it too. And don't be afraid to click the subscribe button to get more updates in the future. Thank you so much for tuning in, have a lovely weekend, and we'll be back to see you all tomorrow.